Hey, personen som kommer. Oh, 3. Let's do it. Let's just start. Oh, it's gonna end in a few seconds. Boom. Okay. Hello and welcome to Uncommon Sense Live. These streams are gonna be regular from now on at 8 o'clock at night in Sweden, around lunchtime in America, and other times in other places. So today I'm honestly quite tired. I was at a bachelor party yesterday. Wow. So I can tell you a little bit about that to start off. Please ask questions in the chat though. These will be Q&A streams to a big extent. So yes, please say hi and ask away and stuff. So, okay. I was at a bachelor party for a close friend, but let's just say that this friend, I got to know him later in life. So I don't know most of his friends. And so bachelor party situation is, it doesn't matter who it's for. To me, when I hear that, I'm like, oh, shit, I need to do this apparently. But okay, so I'm quite tired because I barely drank anything, but I ate some things that I never eat. And, you're doing stuff, maybe don't get perfect sleep. So I still feel like hungover, even though I drank like 2 whiskeys in total. But so being in a situation like this, I don't want to shit talk anyone. But even though I was the youngest one there, I feel like I'm with kids, like with teenagers, like apparently showing your dick and gay jokes and virgin jokes and stuff is still fun, And since I say virgin, it's not that my feelings get hurt because I'm in a celibacy. I'm trying to be a virgin again, I don't care about that. It's just so pathetic, like grown men. This is still what they do when they get together. Again, not to shit talk anyone. There are many good guys like that I like on their own there, but when it's a situation like this, when you're supposed to drink just until you pass out, basically, and do all these very boyish things, to be honest. How old were these people? Hey, Pola Ag, however you say your name. I guess I'm 28. I don't think anyone was older than 40, but I was the youngest. So in the span there, basically. But so we went to a very nice place though. So some things, it was a good time. I'm just telling you about the parts I didn't like now. It was a good time throughout the day. It's mostly at night when people have, had a fair bit. But we went to a really nice place outside of Stockholm. So it's completely secluded and you're supposed to like rent this place for activities like this. And so also we got great food, like insanely good meat and just infinite amounts. So that was awesome. There was a great sauna. So I used that at night before going to bed, first of all, first of everyone. And I went up before everyone and did some mobility training and used the sauna again. And then we got stuck out there because the bus was full. I guess it's a Corona thing. And it was like 80 minutes between the buses. So we ended up taking taxis home. But yeah, okay, please, I see you're like 7 people watching and there's been more that come and went. So please ask me something because I'm not today like last time. I was super energetic and could just go. I guess I can now, but my energy is not quite as high and it's easier with your questions. Okay. Hello, Uncommon Sense. I'm on day 9 of a 10-day fast. I've had so much time, so I watch a lot of videos. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's cool. Like when a part of a fast, especially a long fast like that, is just passing time, right? Like a big part of it is just being kind of bored. I've never done 10 days, so, good job, man. But on the longer fasts in general, I say. So it's good to watch something and not just, of course, I hope I can entertain you here, but it's not what I'm looking for to do mainly, right? Just make hilarious jokes. Like I'm trying to teach you something. So it's great when you do watch things. If your entertainment can be like educational, that's awesome. Me personally, I don't watch many like TV series or movies anymore, like here and there, but it's not a big part of what I regularly watch. I like to watch things that I can learn something from while being entertained, right? Not so much into fiction anymore. like, okay, I guess I can just tell some of you, like, there's been, I can see the channel is picking up. I was like celebrating 2000, only recently it's 2030. Lots of comments, lots of direct messages on Instagram. So I really appreciate that. But I want to tell you something. When you ask me a question, can you please like be clear about what you want to know, because some people, like a surprising amount of people, they just reach out and basically tell some story about themselves, and I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to do? Like, tell me what you want to know. Even someone said, please, if you could respond to this query, it would be helpful. There was no question. I'm like, okay, yeah, keep fasting, bro. Like, yeah, okay. Curious about your long-term goals. Do you want to continue being a YouTuber or training people, or what? Let's say in 5 or 10 years from now. Well, all of those things I want to do. Like, I've done my best to become the best man that I can be, but I don't want to limit myself to just myself. Like, I want to improve all of you. So that's my goal. If I can do that through YouTube to a larger audience, that I don't talk directly to everyone, that's awesome. I also coach people online. By the way, it's kind of exploding, the online coaching. Awesome. My contact info. Wow, this guy, he's making history right now with a super chat. I'll get to that. Like, I want to keep expanding on the YouTube channel for sure. I want to get more personal clients. Like, but do you see? I don't have. I don't know if I have specific goals like that. I just want to keep doing this, keep improving. Like, I help people in my regular life all the time, without it, being a job. And then I mean, like, family, friends, old friends that reach out to me, people I meet in the gym, and so we'll see. Now the online coaching, I want to make it a bit more official, maybe get a website up and running and stuff. But really, I'm in a very I just want to, what I'm doing right now, I just want to expand on. Then I can just mention briefly some ideas I have. I want to do a pre-workout, because there's shit, the pre-workout scene, like supplements. I'm not big into supplements, but I am a nerd, right? And it's not like they aren't useful at all. And so there's not many good pre-workout options, and I think I know how to do a good pre-workout. So that's a longer term thing. Probably want to do some electrolyte supplements. Just, you can always buy salts for the fasts or whatever, but for a way for someone to get all the salts together in a way that you could support me in the same time if you enjoy my content, right? So I think that would be a good thing. Yeah, okay, let's see. I had to get to the super chat. I was going to say something about super chats. I can finally get them. And, Lin Yan Chin here, he is making history. He's making history because before I got into all this, I knew that I wanted to be a YouTuber. I know that I'm good at talking to people. I know, teaching people stuff, reaching out with a message. It was a dream, but I was, too much of a coward and afraid, and didn't really know what I was supposed to talk about. So I was going to say that the first person to send me super chat is making history and really solidifying that I'm making my dream come true. So thanks, man. Okay. Have you ever tried mastery of breath to enhance metabolism and lucidity? Breath is life. That's why God breathed it into the fertile soil of man's being. No, I completely agree. It's just that you have to take on one thing at a time, right? Then I found out about thing and learned and tried that. Then I got more into cold exposure. So and now, I'm expanding my training. I'm trying more mobility training. So, you have to do one thing at a time. But absolutely, you're very right about your message there. And it is something that I want to get into more. And I have friends that are better, have tried this more. So absolutely, I will, as soon as I start doing it, you will hear me talk more about it. Does muscle really burn through excess fat? What do you mean by that? What do you mean it burns through excess fat? Please be more specific. BCAAs are useless. Yes, they're completely useless. I mean, unless you aren't eating too low protein, and then you have other issues. BCAAs, it's weird that they're still a thing. I don't know. Doing 75 hard starting today. I'm pausing in fasting to concentrate on how clean my eating is. How much protein would you recommend? Yeah, well, that depends. Like you said, you're focusing on how clean your eating is. Well, to optimize building muscle, well, you're a little fat, aren't you? I don't know female weights as good. You know what? Okay, so a goal protein weight. I mean, goal protein amount to eat to maximize muscle growth is like 1 gram per pound of body weight for your ideal weight, I should say, because if you're very overweight, it's not that if you have a lot of fat, you know, it's not that you need a bunch of more protein. I don't know. I mean, you probably don't need more than 80 grams of protein, to be honest, but it wouldn't hurt to eat more. Like, it's a good strategy to have high protein when you're like in a clean, healthy diet in general, but for weight loss goals and getting your appetite in order and stuff, because protein is the most satiating macronutrient. Also, more of the energy is lost. Like, you burn more energy digesting protein than the other macronutrients. So there's many reasons that you could just keep the protein high. Like, just don't go low on the protein, really. Just don't go low. What are your tips to stay motivated to work out, get started after a period of stopping? Like, suck it up, you know, go train, and you know, until you get into the habit again. I mean, you could have also, if you almost die, that will help. If you almost die, that will help. If that doesn't happen, like, there's stop fucking longing for motivation. That motivation is like great when it comes and you can do a lot with it, but training and living a healthy lifestyle, it's not all that like, oh, I'm so motivated, it just feels great, la, la, la. It's especially when you start out, like for the first time or after stopping for a bit, it's just going to be a grind. You have to grind through the first month or two, and then you're gonna like notice the differences, maybe both in your appearance and in the way you feel, and that's when you're like, yeah, this is why I do this, you know. Any recommendations for lower back pain and stiffness? Like, there can be so many different reasons for that, so it's hard to just give a general thing like that. But like, rotations in general is good for lower back problems. So I can't show you now because if I go down on the floor, you won't see me. Basically, if you lie on your back and you have both your legs up like this and move them to each side like that, and maybe even twitch to the opposing side with the upper body, just rotating is a good thing. Also, just experiment with exercises where the lower back is involved, like not heavy, but even like hyperextensions without pushing it too far. Just doing like sets of 10 or something to pump some blood in there could help. So that's just some general tips. There can be so many different things there, you know. Lol, 20 pounds overweight. Yeah, I'm messing with you a bit, of course. What would you say is a good routine to get the health benefits from fasting while at the same time gaining muscle and trying to eat a lot? It's a tough one. I think you have to do it like I do, I would say. Like, if you want to gain muscle and trying to eat a lot, like you know, there's kind of yeah, it doesn't really work, is my experience. Like, maybe if you spread the fast out far enough, it would work. But I would say focus on, like, I take like 3 months when I don't do barely any prolonged fast, maybe a spontaneous 24 or 48 hour fast or something, but where I just intermittent fast, eat a lot of food, train, and apply progressive overload to build that muscle. And then you shouldn't train like that all the time, really, right? Like, that's a mistake I've done. Just keep pushing, never deloading. And so after a bulking period like that, then you can do a more maintenance fasting routine. Like I did before my 1 week fast, like for 6 weeks, I did just training and eating at the start of the week, and at the end of the week, I fasted for 48 to 72 hours. And I felt I got great effects from that. So my advice would be focus at one at a time. You know, it's easy to maintain muscle while doing a lot of fasting. It's much harder to gain while doing it, because the body isn't like, oh, we're on a surplus today, we ate more calories than we need today, we build muscle, and tomorrow we fast and we just burn fat. You know, the body, like, it tries to figure out what's happening, not right now only, what situation are we in, you know. Are you celibate? Yes, go watch my video why I'm in a celibacy. I'm 2 years and 2 weeks exactly today into it. So yeah. What more do we have? Yeah, does muscle really burn through excess fat? What do you mean by that? I'm curious. Like that you just have muscle, and if you have excess fat, it just disappears. What do you mean? Like muscle will having more muscle mass will higher your energy expenditure, your resting metabolic rate. Do you understand? You having more muscle will make you burn more calories even when you sleep. So I don't know that phrasing there, through excess fat. No, you will burn more fat. That's it. The more you hate your stare is the more power you give to the more you hate the state is the more power you give to be defined by the habits that form that state. Your outer state is reflection of inner equilibrium. Be still and know. Yeah, I mean, thanks for the super chat, but I don't know what to think of this guy. He has a lot of words, lots of words. How many steps a day do you take? Well, most days. Today it's almost exactly 10,000, but this is also a very lazy day, the day after his bachelor party I was at yesterday. We took a taxi from there. So this is a low day for me. In the summer, I would say between 15 and 30,000 steps, and most often between 20 and 30,000, but somewhere around there. Gets a little less in the winter because it's so cold here, and you just, you don't go on spontaneous walks and stuff as much. I walk to work most times still in winter. But so I always want to get 10,000 in, but in the summer it's much more, 15 to 30,000. I feel like my body has adapted to 48 and I'm not really losing weight like I used to. Might need to hit you up for coaching to bust through the plateau. Yeah, maybe you should do that, Gavin. I mean, it's not that you stop, you're eating too much in between the fasts, probably. But yeah, sure. I prefer to be contacted on Instagram. It's just the easiest for me if you're interested in the coaching. If you have any questions, I can send you a little voice message there. You can email me too. Everything is in the description if you want to check it out. Do you consider yourself to be a student of Cole Robinson? Is there anything you disagree with him about? Perhaps his view on drinking urine? No, I mean, a student of Cole Robinson. Like, I'm a student of many people in that case. This is also another thing. Like, it's people bring up Cole to me all the time. Like, yeah, I talk about Cole sometimes because he's a bigger channel, and I have talked to him personally, and like he has been coaching me a bit. Just I actually check in with him, just report sometimes to him, like, yeah, this is happening in my life. Yeah, things are going great. Thanks for that advice, man. Blah blah blah. But a student, yeah, I started learning about fasting from Cole, but I feel this is the uncommon sense school of thought I'm teaching here. It's my school, and absolutely I have influences from people like Cole Robinson, Jesse Lee Peterson, but even people like Athlean X, Jeff Whippard, what more of them? More plates, more dates. Leo and longevity, Vigorous Steve, God, Jesus. There's many people I'm a student of in that case. Well, I disagree with him. Like his aggressive style, I don't always think, it's funny. But sometimes, just yelling aggressively is going to scare away a lot of people. And you could be like, oh, they were pussies then. They shouldn't. They were not ready to receive it. Like, yeah, but even when he talked to me sometimes, I can take it. But he yelled at me about some things. And I'm just like, come on, man, just let me talk for a bit, and yeah, the drinking urine, I'm not like, it would be intuitive to us to drink urine if it was good, is what I feel. Like, because it's been available, it's there, it's always been available, and why don't we just naturally go for it if it's so good? I did try it on like a couple of 48-hour fasts. It was just, I guess it could be a good thing, fun thing to try, just to get over some fears. Like, it isn't that big of a deal to drink piss, really. It's just that it's kind of stupid. Like, why? What the hell? 40K per day? Yeah, 30. You're so interesting as a person. Do you mind more? No, fucking ask anything you want, Chloe. Anything. This is what the streams are for. You can ask about general things. You can ask about me. And I mean, if something, I usually say that I'm an open book, but some things that would maybe have to do with someone else. Because I know people that I know in real life and stuff watch this channel, so I have to be careful sometimes about those things. But with me, I'm an open book. So there was something someone said. Well, I can guess I've worked through most of your questions at this point, so I can just tell you, I got a little discount code from Nordic Kings. They're called. We have beef kidney here. I don't know if is it like mirrored here, but beef liver, and we have the beef heart. So it's very good. It's like just freeze-dried organ meats in capsules with no additives, no hormones, no antibiotics. So very convenient. Like for me, when I went away now, it's not like I bring liver, for instance. But some people just don't like the taste. So it's an easy way to just get it in daily. So Theo15 on nordickings.se will give you 15% discount on this. And so it's a Swedish site, but it's shipped to all over Europe. I'm sorry, I don't think they ship to the US, but you probably have some other option there. I would still obviously recommend if you have access to good organ meats. It's hard for me. The liver I can get a hold of, heart sometimes, the kidney not so much. But it's a very good practical solution. So Theo15, nordickings.se for 15% off. The link is in the description to that too. Thoughts on marijuana? I'm on the fence. I feel like in moderation, it can stimulate thoughts and productivity and give you perspective, but I understand it can be easily overdone. Yeah, like I wish I could talk a bit more about it, but it is illegal here. So you kept asking me about I think it was you, Gavin, who asked me similar things recently. I would say for the most part, like fucking stay away from it. It's done. I know I told you about version of me in a parallel universe that did way too much of it and had just a whole bunch of excuses as to why it wasn't a big deal. But it costs a lot. It fucks up your sleep. Like it might feel like, it's easy to sleep, but the quality of the sleep is much worse if you get off it. Like it's very dangerous for the reward system with dopamine, because you're used to, it's like literally this little spice on everything, right? We're watching a movie. There's no point if we don't have weed. Let's play video games. We have to get weed. Let's do this. But we need weed. Otherwise, so everything, if you like these things, and now you add weed, so all these things are here, then when that isn't here, it's like you're in a deficit. Like, why isn't the video game as fun as it's supposed to be? So yeah, I think, yes, just to answer your question, I think in moderation can be fine. Like if you do it a little bit at night, not right before going to bed, I think it could actually help you fall asleep if you're like a wound up person or something. But I would say, like in general, stay away from it, like in general. But yeah, in moderation, you have to be honest with yourself about these things. It's going to be different for different people. Okay. Theo, you're a great inspiration. Thanks, Harris. Fist bump. Just came back from vacation and let myself go metabolically totally. Best way to reset, 72-hour snake juice fast. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Do it. Refeed on clean foods. Enjoy them. Do another fast. Refeed on clean foods. Enjoy them even more. Do that. Just do that. Where would you like to travel? I don't know. I don't care too much about traveling, to be honest. It's like, I guess because I'm in Sweden, like mostly just somewhere hot, somewhere when it's winter and dark. I can take the cold, but the dark is horrible. So anywhere where it's nice and warm and sunny, I'd like to travel. Okay, I can say this. I know some people that have been in Bali, Indonesia, and it seems like it's kind of a haven for people, like holistic health people. And so there is a possibility I might go there, maybe not permanently, just move there, but go there for at least a month, to check it out. So that's the only thing I've really been thinking about recently. Mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms are tasty. 3 people, dead or alive, you would invite over for dinner. Let me think about that. Are you working full-time as a PT? Still available for consultations? Yeah. Okay. No. I'm okay. I should maybe be clear about that. Yeah, I work in the gym as a PT, but nowhere near full-time because I started at a kind of a weird time with Corona and all, and I've never had the intention of working a lot, because I don't need too much money and I have several streams of income. Like, I'm not rich, but I'm saying I get by even without that job. But I like having that, I need to train somewhere, and it's nice to be part of a gym and the team, and I know the members so well in that gym. So going forward, I will just have a few clients in the gym, and it's very nice because I can be very picky, not just take anyone because I need the hours. I just take someone that I think I can get good results from. So I'm absolutely available for consultations. I should probably say that I have clients that they check in with me regularly, and we have a weekly call and stuff. But I think I should be offering just consultations too, because some people, all they need is they need videos like this, right? Is all they need, but maybe a personal video in the sense that you talk to me and ask your questions and get my personal advice for you. So yeah, I'm absolutely available for consultations. If you're just looking for one consultation, we can work something out. If you just message me on Instagram or email me, or if you want to be like a real client, whatever, hit me up. Okay. Okay, so we're running out of questions right now. 11 people. Well, that's decent. We're not beating last stream. We had 17 the most at one time, and 97 in total. So I was pretty happy about that, because you get desynthesized when you see all these big channels and stuff, but it's kind of significant that, okay, 97 people watch me. That's kind of cool. Hi, thanks for the tips you give us free. Yeah, thanks for seeing and appreciate that, the Killen95. Thoughts on needing the redacted to have any kind of freedom to travel? I'm not a fan, but I also want to live my life. Well, if you have to take that to travel, you're not free. You're a slave. So I will absolutely never do that for that reason, No, I just won't. Like all these things that you all don't like and that you're so afraid of, they will keep going until you do something else. People in power, they will manipulate you and use you and force you to do these things as long as you let them. So that's my input on that. Don't give up your freedom. It's the mark of the beast. Don't do it. Beware of the children of the lie. Kind of dumb that it's mirrored, but yeah. Okay. What more of it? A student of Cole Robinson. I just thought it was funny. A student. Yeah, as a student of Cole Robinson, I would advise you to blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was fun. There's a lot of people who keep asking me about God again. And it was nice on the last stream. It was a big time Jesse Lee Peterson crew in the chat. Like, I know I got a few hundred subscribers via Jesse, but it's good to see that so many are still around when I've been talking about very different things too. So that's cool. But yeah, people reaching out about God and kind of want me to be like, see over there, that's where he is. That's where you'll find God. And I don't really get it. You have to live it. You have to take full responsibility for your life. Live like, deep down what's right and wrong. If you have a big time fancy excuse for something, it's probably wrong, right? If you just live right and don't just talk about it. Women are like this. They should be like this. Men should be like this. Oh, look at all these people. They do this. What do you do? What do you do? Do you just sit and complain about people, or do you actually contribute something? How are you making the world better? When you start actively trying to make other people in the world better, I promise you, God is going to be apparent to you. Okay. I'm in a new country, Austria, and I don't know anyone here. I'm in my 30s. Do you have any advice for meeting people? Yeah. Like, what are you doing right now? Please say more about your situation. But like, if you just start like training on talking to people, like for me, it's kind of happened without me thinking about it, but I talk to people everywhere, and it's not a common thing in Stockholm here. People are very like uptight into their own space. But the more you do that, like I got the new friends in the gym. Like there's a guy living just 7 minutes from here that I go use a sauna with him sometimes because we started talking in the gym. Found out, we have something in common. Like, yeah, I take your number. We take a sauna someday. So like in general, if you go out of your way to just make little, you don't have to think like, I'm getting friends now. Like you just say something because you're thinking of something when you're talking to the cashier and you're buying food, and you get a little training there, and you do these little things, and all of a sudden you're going to be involved in some kind of conversation with someone where you both realize that, yeah, we like each other, we get along, we should probably do something new. So I used to think, like, if you don't have your friends from school, you're fucked. Like, yeah, I'll never get new friends. It's bullshit. Most likely your old friends, if you go on this path, the uncommon sense path, you outgrow them. And this is not in like you start looking. There's a lot of people in my life that I love and like. We're just not like, I don't get anything. I can't hang out with them anymore. Like, what should I do? We're not interested in the same things at all. You're supposed to leave those people behind and find the new people who fit in with you. Like, make yourself so awesome that other people want to be your friend, that you're not like, who wants to be my friend? Kind of like that. Since you mentioned it, what does your t-shirt mean? Well, like, simply, it means that you should watch out for the evil guys, the children of Satan, the people who believe into the lies, children of the lie. It could be like, the way I view it, there's like, I guess 4 kinds of people, if you put it that way. But there are good and bad people. And good people, I guess we're all on the same path. Like, we're not perfect, the good people. I count myself to the good people. But we're not perfect, but we know we're not perfect, and we're trying our best to be good, and we try to repent. We ask for forgiveness when we do wrong. We don't run from that, and we do our best, and we get better and better. And so, I guess there's 3, because with the bad people, the evil people, you have some that are like evil knowingly. They know that what they're doing is wrong, that they're manipulative, that they're lying to people, but they don't care, because they're evil. And then you have those kind of people that I don't guess they're in the middle, in the sense that they don't know. They're just fooled. They're fooled by all this, women and men are the same. Blah. The way to be healthy is to do this. It's nothing to do with physical health. You just take this and then you're healthy. And people who believe this, they are children of the lie too. So everyone who spreads the lie, not the truth, doesn't stand for the good. Willingly or unwillingly, they're still children of the lie. How do I know I've got the seat the right height on the machine chest press? Fucking stop worrying about that. Just use it. Come on, man. Do you think it will matter? Now, do you think if it's this much higher or lower, that it was too high, no gains? I trained to failure, but no gains because it was this much too high. Don't worry about it. Just feel. Does it feel like it's hitting what you want? Then you're all good, bro. How to tone without building. It's impossible. Fucking Chloe, don't be an idiot. Like, women should build muscle. Women should build muscle. Women should build muscle. Do you understand? It's not that you're gonna blow. Look at me. Look at me. Do you think I look huge? Do you think I look like, so big? And I'm trying my best to be as big as I can. And you don't even have a 10th of my testosterone. So how are you gonna just not like blow up and get too much muscle? Build muscle, build muscle, build muscle. That's the way you tone. There's nothing like, what do you think you would do otherwise? I mean, you can get skinny, you can lose fat and get skinny, but what gives you that nice shape to your body is muscle. It's muscle. It's muscle. Get this into your head, Chloe. Build muscle. You're not gonna get too big. Since you don't really call yourself a Christian, but find faith in God an important part of your life, do you think about how this would affect finding a future partner? No. No. Like, what should I say to that? If I meet a woman and she says she believes in God, and I can see that she lives it, and she wants to follow me, she wants to be my supporter, my vice president, the way I view it, that is, of course, just my opinion. I'm not saying that this goes for everyone, but the way I view it, like, there is a special woman to me. It's just a long-term thing, and we'll see what happens. It's a kind of I won't go into it. It's just a difficult situation. Now we're not close to each other physically, but spiritual lone wolf, if she is all like, no, you have to believe in the Bible to be with me, then she's not the woman for me. Whatever, why would I worry about this? Hey man, what's your stance on Cole's idea of standing all day long? how much of your day do you stand? I mean, you're looking at me now. I'm standing. And this is too like Cole's idea. You said it on some video too. Like Cole was right. Cole was right. Like, if there's one thing I've known, please guys, like the stream. By the way, I haven't told you we have 11 likes, but if you haven't liked, please like. No, it's a good idea. It's not just about standing. It's just Cole. He kind of puts it technically for you like that. So you're sitting all day. Stop sitting. Stand up. But it's more about just moving. Not being sedentary all the time, like just standing. Yeah, okay, it's going to be a bit better for your posture, and you're going to burn more energy because you have to extend your whole body and not just be, completely relaxed sitting down like that. But yeah, it's a good idea. Like, but standing all day, like if you're very sedentary and or overweight, it's something you're going to have to work up to. But in general, like, I guess I should do some video about this or something. But the way I think of my life, it's like, or my day, I'm like, okay, I have a chance now. I have time to, I don't know, carry this fucking thing to my parents' house that needs to be there. I have instead of, okay, it's not a good example because they live really close to me. But you see, it's not necessarily just about standing. It's just about moving more. And yeah, I was going to say this. One thing I knew before I went into this lifestyle is that walking is better for your health than you think. Like both just burning fat, because it's a means of transportation to, right? It's not like I have to go to the gym and run on the treadmill and that you spend this extra time on that. It's something you can get in your day. Okay, to conclude what I'm talking about now, it's not just about walking and standing. It's about me being more active in general. But I think standing, if you can stand and work, that's an awesome thing. Or stand like I'm doing now. I do this always when I talk to my online clients too. If you can walk instead of taking the bus, for instance, that's going to be better. These lifestyle changes are great. Okay, more viewers, but no new questions. Did I miss anything here? Yeah, I guess the question about mushrooms was about psychedelic mushrooms, but I mean, that's the thing. Please tell me what you want to know. Like mushrooms, question mark? Yeah, mushrooms are a thing. They exist. I acknowledge the existence of mushrooms. It's so many times. Also, I get, what is your snake diet routine for fasting? It's like, yeah, well, I don't eat and I take the salts. Because what are you asking? Tell me. Well, what's your routine for building muscle? It's like, I go to the gym and lift weights. What do you want to know? I can do both the fasting and training in so many different ways depending on the goals. So I love it when I get this super specific. Someone's like, yeah, I'm at this weight. I'm this advanced. This is what I want to do. I have this situation in life. What would you recommend? That's when I can give you a proper answer. Well, else you're going to get me making fun of you, telling you you're an idiot indirectly. And yeah. Okay. Are you going to show us your movement practice, mobility movement? Well, you should follow me on Instagram. I show much more of my training there. In fact, all of you should follow me on Instagram. You get, I post very frequently throughout the day. I talk to the camera. I show you what I do. Usually show at least one exercise from my workout from the day. So yeah, I mean, we'll see here on YouTube. It's not so much. This is not like a training channel. If you see, it's something I'm good at and practice and do. So we'll see if I show you here at some point. But you will see some of it on my Instagram for sure. Does it make sense to just cardio since I have 100+ pounds to lose and then build muscle? Do you mean like focus? I think what your question is, Carmen here, Carmen Rodriguez, is should I focus on just losing weight before I build muscle? Again, there's so many different answers to this question, but you have a golden opportunity to build muscle and lose fat. Like the less advanced, the less used your muscles are to working, and also the more excess fat you have, the easier you're gonna be able to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. So I think you should incorporate like full body workouts 2 to 3 times per week. Focus on the weight loss still, but do this, and yeah, you can. We call it recomposition. Build a bit of muscle as you lose the fat. It's awesome. I wish I would. It's just it would take too much time. At some point, I might just gain fat, weigh like 100 kilos, and see how fast I can lose it. But it would be even more fun. Could lose the muscle too, but it's such a project. It would take like years to get this done. But I would so much like now when I know what I know. Try these really extreme things. Why do you think people are so bad at asking questions? Oh, good question. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's like people are so lost and just so used to just getting fed by the little box here, by the phone, by the TV, by the computer. Like, so it's just like kind of, just tell me what I need to know. I don't know what I need to know. Just tell me. Just tell me. That's kind of impression I get sometimes, that people, it's like they don't know what they know. They know that I know something that could help them, but they don't really know. Thanks for answering. I'm into Wim Hof breathing lately. Very interesting indeed. Kind of surprising Cole haven't mentioned it. If you didn't, you should really try it. Well, I have indirectly, I do cold showers and I think of my breathing. I haven't done it like following a certain method, like Wim Hof's methods, but I'm sure they're great. Calisthenics are a good way to start as a body recomp or gym machines. Like either one. If calisthenics is more available to you when you start, like the calisthenics, as you get more advanced, you're going to come up with more creative ways to challenge you, because you can't just add weight to the bar or something. But it's a great way to start out. When I started training here, like that door there was where I had my pull-up bar, and I did push-ups, and it did a lot for my upper body for sure, just those two exercises. So yeah. And as Jimmy Vibe says here, you can mix them both, of course. But I'm trying, since you're asking, I'm thinking that maybe you have an outdoor gym close to you or something. So it's a great way to start, for sure. Do you still track macros for weight loss? No, for me personally, no, not really, because I'm kind of in tune with me and how much I need to eat and stuff. So, and also, if I usually cut with prolonged fasting, right? And if I don't do something drastic when I eat between the fasts, I'm going to end up in a deficit either way. And it's not that I'm in a hurry, I need to lose it. Sometimes the only time I actually count my calories is when I've eaten on the day and I feel like I've moved around a lot and I'm a little bit hungry coming home from the gym or something. I check my calories and see, they're actually a bit low. Okay. I'll add a small meal here. That's the only time I actually count them like that. What's the most spontaneous thing you have done? I mean, I do things all the time. I mess with people. I just tell strangers little funny comments. I did a live stream last Sunday that kind of turned into these regular streams. I mean, the most spontaneous thing, that's hard to think of at the top of my head, because I am spontaneous. I do a lot of spontaneous things. Realistical muscle gains in kg goals a year for males just starting out strength training. Okay, realistical. Well, it depends again on who you are. Like if you're really skinny and you're really skinny because of kind of malnutrition, the number would be much higher. But let's just say you're just the average skinny fat dude. I think like 5 kilos of muscle, like lean muscle, not fat, because so many guys are like, I gained 10 kilos of muscle. Like it's like maybe you gained 1.5 kilos and the rest is fat. So actual muscle you can gain in a year, I would say 5 kilos is really good to gain in a year. Really good. I think that's kind of what I added my first year. Definitely average skinny fat dude. That's what that smiley looks like. Okay, it's time. Still use the snooze, unfortunately. You're seeing my worst. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's that dangerous or anything, but it's not a good habit, and I'm absolutely addicted to it. So you see, like, my weakness here, right on camera. You do it, make the lip a little dry like that, and you put it in there. and then you just feel nice about the world again. Yeah. We'll probably try to quit. Like, oh, we can talk a little bit about addictions. So there's so many excuses you can come up with to not quit an addiction, right? But sometimes it's actually true that you right now getting rid of that addiction would do you more harm than keeping it going. Do you see? It's a thing like this. For me, it's just a little annoying that I think about it and want it, and it costs a little bit of money. But I'm in a very productive mode in my life now, working on my personal business with online coaching, doing things like this, other activities happening. I work in the gym, lots of stuff going on. And I would just not be able to perform well at all if I quit this now. So yeah, it may sound as an excuse, but I want to quit. And so when I just can see that things are a little bit more chill, then that's when I will take the time to do it. So now I'm talking about me, and you have to understand earlier in your life when you're trying to change yourself, then you're just going to have to quit some things cold turkey, and it's going to be super difficult, but it's just going to have to be that way. But when you've obviously just kept improving yourself more and more and more, that's when you can have these little reasonings like that. But the key is to be honest, not lie to yourself, not make excuses. Like, I know I should quit this, and I also know I would get frustrated, bad focus, short temper. That just wouldn't serve me at all at this moment. Why don't you substitute snus with medical nicotine, Nicorette? Why should I do that? Tell me that first. Spontaneous thing. Someone asked about 3 people, dead or alive, that I would meet. Like, I don't think about these things so much. Like, it's an hypothetical. That this won't happen anyway. Like, it could be fun to meet. I'll meet Stalin and Hitler and Jesus, maybe. That would be a nice trio to have a chat with, right? But there's so many. If I got this opportunity, like 3 people, no, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, it would be interesting to meet someone that I admire, look up to. It would be interesting to meet the worst people in the world too. I'm not into these hypotheticals because it's just made up. It's not real. Please keep some questions going. I mean, we're going to an hour today. I promise. I think this stream has been decent, but this is like, you're seeing me at low energy now. Like, as I said, hungover, did not drink much, but it went way out of my routine yesterday. I actually had my first pizza in almost 2 years because it was what was served for lunch before that good meat at night. Wasn't even good. I can't see why I used to eat so much pizza. So you can dosage nicotine and take less and less instead of going, well, why can't I do that with a snus, Harris? Why can't I just dose it and take less and less of this? You don't have an argument for me to even consider this right now. Because it's the snus I like, right? Well, the nicotine too. But actually, like, all the substitutes for this, they always come up with this fucking peppermint flavor, mint flavor. No, I wanted to taste tobacco. That's the taste I like. But so recently I heard there's actually a new one, with tobacco taste. So because I think, if you can trick yourself into thinking, I'm getting my fix here, that would work better. But you know that addictions, even with things like nicotine, people think they're more physical than they are. Yes, there is a physical component to it. But do you know that it's not uncommon that someone that smokes and goes blind stops smoking because they can't see the smoke anymore? And you see, they were addicted to the habit. It's not just the nicotine. And that's also why I don't, you see, I'm skeptical about this Nicorette thing. Okay, guys, I see people are getting less interested, but I'm very glad I got a super chat there. Like, it's just $5, but as I told you, it's been my dream to do what's happening right now. And now, I was thinking about it earlier before starting the stream. Like, I don't feel nervous at all about going live. And these were like the most frightening situations I could imagine at one time. So, well, you can be happy for me telling you that, but think of the fears you have in your life and just know you can overcome them all. You can overcome them all, even if it doesn't feel like it. I thought I was doomed. I'm going to be anxious, nervous, stage frighty wreck for the rest of my life. Completely gone now. How would your 10-year-old self react to what you do now? Really random question, huh? Well, I think my 10-year-old self would be more positive than a little older version of myself. Like it's, the teenager me who thought, getting laid is what being an alpha is about, just sleeping with random girls and stuff. Like he would probably think like, why did I turn out to be such a dork? But he would probably be very confused too, because he would see me doing all these things that he's so little Theo is so afraid of doing. Also have this, ripped body that little Theo was nowhere close. Like little Theo was more fit than like Theo in the 20s, early 20s. But so yeah, I think the 10-year-old me would probably be pretty impressed. The teenager me would be very confused, like don't know what to think. Like I'm not sure. Yeah, like some good things have happened, but why is he such a beta male that does the celibacy and believes in God, believes in fairy tales? Yeah, he would be very angry about that part. I know, little Theo. Well, your current consumption is an argument against you. Just trying to be helpful, man. Yeah, but help me then. Tell me. What are you saying? Well, your current consumption is an argument against you. Well, what do you mean? So my current consumption says that I should use this Nicorette thing that you suggested, or what? Are you an active investor, like buying stocks/crypto? And is there any difference in money management after your lifestyle change? Interesting question. It's actually one thing I'm absolutely horrible at. Like I'm really good at math and stuff, but my dad is actually a stock trader, like a good one. And for some reason, I guess I'm just so uninterested. I find it so uninteresting that it's hard for me to learn. And crypto, I'm like almost like, what is it? Bitcoin. Okay, I've heard of it, and apparently, if you got in early, you got really rich. And it's this blockchain thing. So it's what is it called? Like, well, the state doesn't, control it. I see some things about it, but I'm very dumb with these things. I'm getting some friends that are good at this, so probably something I want to learn at least a little bit about. But about money management, first of all, I almost, because I live such a minimalist lifestyle now, I don't spend much money at all. So even when I've worked very little, like in the fall and winter there, when things were kind of tough for me and I couldn't really take on much more new work, so I didn't really work all that much. But I could still put money away to save, because I just don't buy much, because I don't need much, And do you see, even when I buy this, removing this, I have even more money to spare. So that was the first thing. But also I've learned to see my value a lot. I can see so much what I can offer people that people will want to help. Will want to pay for. My help people will want to pay for. So mainly that's how it changed. Like I just don't spend money on bullshit now. I'm not cheap. I just don't buy random crap I don't really need, and I'm good at seeing my own value. And just going out and helping people a lot. Eventually someone will even want to give you something. Last question. If lots of high quality people remain celibate or wait a long time before they have children, while people with bad lifestyles have lots of kids, won't they win in the long run? Thanks. No, because these no. Like, this is the point, you're not supposed to just have kids and mess them up like they've done with us in this world. That's what's happened. Lots of people having kids when they're not ready for it, and they screw us up, and we get depressed and anxious, or we start taking drugs, or we get become criminals, or just losers lying at home watching, just watching, consuming stuff. And they don't do anything about their life. Win. It's not that you win because you have a bunch of genes in the world that just are crap, do crap things. That's the whole point. And also, my idea when I get together with a woman is that we have as many kids as possible. Like there's no roof. We just put as many kids as possible to the world, and we teach them the right way to be the best we can. And then now, our kids are going to be able to bring so much value to the world. So win, maybe they have, in some scenarios, would have more kids, but it's not like, yes, I have 3 kids and you have 2, so I win. That's not how it works, right? Care to share any of your goals, motivations? Well, goals, like I just want to help more people and see, like you know, I've talked about this a lot recently on the channel. You have to build yourself up. You have to give yourself all the love. You have to make yourself, you know, you have to have an excess of awesome, so you can give it to other people. But my goal is really just, excuse me, my goal is really just to have the most positive impact on the world that I can. But so I keep building myself up, improving myself in so many ways I can. You know, with the training, I've taken on the mobility. You know, I try to expand so I can know more there. I'm delving more into business. So I get better at that, so I can guide other guys, that teach them that they can actually do their own thing too. I want to make the channel bigger. I want to have the official website for the coaching. So you see, it's really one main thing it's about. But then, of course, you can't just go around and, I want to help everyone. You have to do something. But that's kind of just a little vague ramble about my goals. Most people who made money in crypto were rich in the first place. It takes money to make money. You have to be able to afford a gamble. Sure. Investing in yourself, it is a better return than hoping a particular stock or crypto gets you rich. Sure. Money is a thing, but don't forget that I talked about this. I think it was my video, how to get things for free, that I've made myself so capable that if all my things just blew up and I had nowhere to be and no stuff, I could just run around and ask people, do you need help? Do you need a life coach? Do you need to lose weight? Do you need to are you depressed? You just keep talking. And of course, most people would think I'm a weirdo, but some person would see, like, this guy obviously knows what he's doing. Yes, come live with me. Have me change my life. To say I don't need money to make a living in that sense, right? So absolutely. Nicorette would theoretically help with your physiological dependency of nicotine and ease your withdrawal symptoms as you work with your psychological dependency on the taste of tobacco. But why would I do that instead of just quitting, though? Quitting cold turkey worked pretty good for me those times I did it, because I kind of chose to start again. Like, again, not making excuses, but the first time I started, it was really that I was feeling like shit in my life from other stuff and was like, I need something, you know. So no, you haven't convinced me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Harris. And don't be, I have this way of being. I'm not mad at you, or like, this is the way I talk. Like, why should I see your point, and you're so nice that you bring this up to me. Like, you are, obviously, but yeah, this is the way I talk. Have you tried any psychedelic drugs? If you have, can you describe the experience? I got asked this on the last stream, and these things are illegal here, so I don't want to talk about them too much. But okay, Theo in another universe. I just saw this in my dreams. That Theo in another universe used to smoke a lot of weed and did some kind of synthetic version of mushrooms at one point, which was that guy, the parallel universe Theo. He had a lot of even when he was feeling okay, he had a lot of stored up trauma and things. So he always knew that when he went into something like that, part of it was going to be horrible, just facing all those bottled up things. So that time, the first part was just kind of having to face all the demons inside of him and just see the worst parts of himself. Unable to escape, and it was pretty brutal to my understanding. But then that let go, and it was mostly fun visuals, like the parallel universe Theo has a similar apartment. It kind of looked like an Arctic cave, and all the people that he was with had like this big alien eyes, and also everything just kept looping. It felt like he told I saw that this version of Theo felt like he had the same conversation over and over with people. This guy also took like MDMA and ecstasy like 10 times or something at clubs and raves, and it was amazing for him. Like that made him feel like everything was okay, that he was amazing. He could talk to everyone, going up to people, even if they seemed to hate him at first. He knew that he could make them love him in the end. So that's some experiences, not my experiences, but parallel universe Theo's experiences. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, I guess if you don't have anything any last question to ask me here, I think we'll end this stream. I'll try for some future streams to have, yeah, like now I have something to start off with, like for a little bit, but the big part of this will be Q&As. And so again, I remind you, please be specific if you're asking about weight loss and these things. Like, do you want to do it fast? What do you weigh? Do you want to train at the same? All these things. Be specific, please, when you phrase these questions. Yes, but I've tried to have something like kind of a theme or something. We'll see. We're trying out the format. We're learning together here what works. So maybe I'll not just call them Uncommon Sense Live and with a number. Maybe I'll give it a little title. That depends. We'll see. Any last question? Did you serve in the military, by the way? You should be like my age, and it shouldn't have been mandatory. I unfortunately did not. I was so lazy back then. I remember I just put in the little form. We didn't have to do it then. It was more kind of a privilege to get to do it. But I put in that I was very overweight and all this, and I only like the positions I was interested in. I put like a band member. Like, yeah, I can play the guitar if you have a band. And yeah, so I got away from that. I wish I did, though. It's a good experience. Even the Swedish military, which is kind of feminized and do all this politically correct campaigns and stuff, you know, from guys that I know that have done it, it's not, you know, it is pretty harsh when you're there. So, well, thank you for watching, Gavin. Reach out if you're interested in the coaching. Harris, I think you asked about it too. Yeah, thank you all for the stream. Again, this is going to be a regular thing. Please send me super chats too. I will appreciate it very much. A dream come true that I got my first one today. And it's a great way to support the channel. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Leave a comment if you have an input on the stream when those are available, when I finish it. Reach out to me on Instagram or anything if you have any other input and whatever. I will see you guys later. Peace.